we couldn't talk to her as the access. She's in jail. Anyway, the order is conveyed by the jail authorities. She is serving. She's a trained nurse, so she
Mm.
is serving the jail inmates where she is means staying now in Sana. Unfortunately, government said the diplomatic presence is not there, and it's
Mm.
very difficult for government of India to negotiate, as the blood money negotiations are between two private parties, and the government will not like to interfere to this process. After on 8th of July only, the order for the execution came from the trial court. So immediately we were exploring all the possibilities, and fortunately we could find a good connection of this Grand Mufti of India, Mr. Kandapuram Abubakar Musliar. He
Mm.
is having a good relation with Yemeni counterparts,
Mm.
and some Muslim very prominent clerics there, some
Mm.
Sunni clerics there. They can deny the option of blood money. That's the first choice.
The execution of Indian nurse in Yemen, scheduled for today, that is Wednesday on 16th of July 2025, has been put off following an intervention of a Sunni cleric in Kerala. So I'm joined by Nimisha Priya's lawyer, Subhash Chandran. Sir, thank you for speaking to Indian Express. First things first, sir, I would like to know how is Nimisha doing? Is anybody in touch with her?
Yeah, recently after yesterday's order, we couldn't talk to her, as
Mm.
the access. She's in jail,
Mm.
and access to the mobile is very limited.
Mm.
So anyway, the order is conveyed by the jail authorities, but
Mm.
we couldn't talk to her, or we couldn't contact her by
Mm.
message, through message.
Mm.
So anyway, she will be the most happiest person since yesterday, I think, because she was supposed to be executed today, and she got a second life.
And when was the last time when the family was in touch with her? What is, if you can, share with our viewers her emotional state, or when they spoke to her, what she was like, what kind of assurances were given to her?
See, we are also the Nimisha Priya Action Council office bearers. We are also in touch with her. Like I told you, she has limited access to the phone.
Mm. Mm.
She is getting once or twice in a week the mobile phone access. So mostly, whenever it's urgently required, then only the Action Council office bearers are contacting using that opportunity. Otherwise, we are letting her to contact with her own family. So her
Mm.
mother is there, the child is there, and daughter is there.
Mm.
Her husband is in Kerala. Husband and daughter, they both of them are in Kerala. And the mother, she is in Yemen in the last 1 year 3 months.
Mm.
So we could manage. We send her with the high court order. Actually, there is a travel ban since 2016, and the government of India was denying the permission. So we approached the Delhi High Court, and Delhi High Court directed the government of India to grant the permission for mother's travel.
Mm.
So since 24 April, she's in Yemen,
Mm.
and she met Nimisha in jail for 5 6 times, and both of them spent in the first time. Both of them spend almost half of day in the jail, and the jail authorities means given a special room for to spend their time, and they arranged the food from outside also. So both of them had food together.
Mm.
So their meeting was after a quite long time, like almost 8 10 years they met. And now, yes, we are expecting she will be uh, free soon, and we are trying our best to save her from the execution.
So, is there any word on her living conditions as far as Yemen jail is concerned? Did you guys hear from her mother as to what her conditions were?
See, we didn't ask about the condition because,
Mm.
see, obviously she's in the jail.
Mm.
So the condition would not be very better in the jails. But we know one thing, she is she's a trained nurse. So she
Mm.
is serving the jail inmates where she is means staying now in Sana. So her most of the inmates they are very happy with her service. The jail authorities, they are also very happy with her service. So She is serving as a nurse in the jail.
So, for the benefit of our viewers, can you please explain to us that what is the legal status of the case as far as Yemen is concerned?
So the legal status, all the legal remedies are exhausted now.
Hmm.
So she was arrested in 2017 and she was sentenced to death by a trial court, Yemeni trial court in 2020. So thereafter, we filed an appeal before the first appellate court, and which was dismissed by the first appellate court in 2022. Then we approached the Yemeni Supreme Judicial Council, and the Supreme Judicial Council also dismissed the appeal in 2023. So now all the legal remedies are exhausted.
Hmm.
So only the option available is according to Sharia law. The Sharia law prevails in Yemen, and
Hmm.
according to Sharia law, there is
Hmm.
an option for blood money.
Hmm.
So now we are exploring the option of blood money,
Hmm.
talking with the victim's family,
Hmm.
and will be means continuing our discussion with the family.
So, has the victim's family expressed any willingness to forgive or to negotiate as far as blood money is concerned?
So initially that was a challenge. In the since 2021, I am associated with this Nimisha Priya International Action Council,
Hmm.
and we were trying to be in touch with the family for the blood money negotiation because
Hmm.
after her sentence by the trial court only, we came to know about this her execution, this order. So then immediately we formed Save Nimisha Priya International Action Council, and we were expecting the appellate court and the or the Supreme Judicial Council will not grant any relief to her. But anyway, we approached the both the courts. So that time itself, we were trying to be in touch with the victim's family. But considering the socio-political situation in Yemen, the Nimsha Priya Action Council office bearers or the mother of the Nimsha Priya or any other family members, they were not able to travel to Yemen due
Hmm.
to the travel ban and other the socio-political issues there, the civil war and other things. So we were requesting the government of India to facilitate the negotiation. But unfortunately, government said the diplomatic presence is not there, and it's
Hmm.
very difficult for government of India to negotiate, as the blood money negotiations are between two private parties, and the government will not like to interfere to this process. So we were having challenges, and thereafter we tried our best with tribal leaders. Tribal system exists there, so we were trying to be in touch with the tribal leaders, and sometimes we could manage to talk to them, but not directly to the victim's family.
Hmm.
And finally, after on 8th of July only, the order for the execution came from the trial court. So immediately we were exploring all the possibilities, and fortunately we could find a good connection of this Grand Mufti of India, Mr. Kandapuram Abu Bakr Musliar. He
Hmm.
is having a good relation with Yemeni counterparts,
Hmm.
and some Muslim very prominent clerics there, some
Hmm.
Sunni clerics there, so Sufi clerics there.
Hmm.
So then he called them, he contacted them, and he requested them to intervene into this issue. So now they are on board, and they are leading the negotiations with the victim's family, the tribal leaders, and the other family members. So hopefully we can convince them, and we could manage to get an order from the trial court for staying the order of execution, which is to be held today. So yes, now we are in touch with the family.
Yeah. So, what is the specific legal and cultural procedure involved in securing a pardon in Yemen? If you can, just explain to us in simple words.
So then Sharia, according to Sharia law, there is an option for blood money,
Hmm.
and there are three options in blood money. So
Hmm.
the first option is, and the blood money option is totally up to the victim's family, whether they want to accept the blood money and pardon the victim or not. The decision is up to the victim's family. So yes, they can deny the option of blood money. That's the first choice. Second choice, they can pardon the victim without receiving any blood money also. And the third option, they can means pardon the victim by accepting the blood money also.
Hmm.
And if so, then they can decide the quantum of amount. So there is no specific amount is fixed for the blood money. That may be a nominal amount, 1 riyal or 1 rupee, $1. Otherwise, it may be a huge amount also. So the decision is
Any
totally up to the
any
family.
indications that to how much money is the victim's family asking for? Any indications have
No,
been?
no, actually, that's why. Yeah, it means
Hmm.
since the 2 days before only, we started talking with the victim family. So
Hmm.
first, we will have to convince them
Hmm.
for
Hmm.
having this for accepting the blood money and pardoning her. So forgiving her. So then only we'll go for the further. What is the quantum of the blood money?
Hmm. So as far as Indian government is concerned, what kind of support has the Indian government provided so far in this case?
See, actually, unfortunately.
Hmm.
uh, we were expecting all kind of uh, diplomatic support from Indian government, but the government said the government has some limitations considering the socio-political situation. There is no Indian embassy, no
Hmm.
diplomatic presence is there.
Hmm.
But they could have managed through some other countries like Iran, Oman, where India is, and both these countries, India and the Houthis, is having good relation with these countries,
Hmm.
and India could also have, I mean, some local Yemeni persons are working there. They are assisting the Indian embassy, Indian
Hmm.
missions there. So yes, to an extent, Indian government can act upon which they didn't do yet.
Hmm.
So and repeatedly, there were some clarifications or reasoning, like saying that this is a private uh, means negotiation with victim's family and the accused family. So, but she's an Indian passport holder,
Hmm.
and she didn't get a proper legal defense there. We, Nimisha Priya International Action Council, call her as a victim of war because this happened when uh, she was arrested. The civil war was going on there, and it was intensified civil war was going on there.
Hmm.
So she didn't get a proper legal defense in the trial court. And there was only one lawyer from the this free legal aid who represented her, and she was forced to sign many confessional document which was in Arabic language. So she did not know what she is signing, and these confessional documents led her to this capital punishment. And at that time, due to this war, she didn't get a proper legal defense, which led to her capital punishment. So she is in fact a victim of war. So the Indian government should understand that, and they should intervene to this issue in a diplomatic way, or raise this issue as an international issue for saving an Indian passport holder from the gallows. But yes, there were some issues with the government, and this is not the first time we are noticing in the issue of one lady migrant worker from UP. She was executed in UAE recently. And that time also the Indian government or the Indian embassies, the missions were not proactive, or they didn't interfere. So we expect India is the largest sending country of the migrants to, especially to the Middle East. So the Indian government should, the political leadership as well as the officials, they should be more sensitized to the issues of the migrant workers, and they should extend the maximum support for the access to justice in the country of destination.
So, as you're mentioning and you're questioning as far as the fairness in Yemen is concerned, are you people getting any support from international human rights associations and organizations also?
We tried to contact the this Amnesty and Red Cross, some other agencies, but unfortunately, at that point of time, they were not having a presence in this part of Yemen. So
Mm,
Yemen is now two parts, like one is southern part and one is northern part.
mm,
So in this part of Yemen, Sana, there was no this international the presence of these international agencies.
mm.
So we didn't get any international support or any other human right organization support in this matter.
So, please also explain to us as to what the case timeline was, like what she had gone there. as a nurse to do, and how she got involved in this murder case, such a heinous case. Please explain to us the timeline also for the benefit of our viewers.
So she was working there for quite a long time in Yemen as a nurse in different hospitals. So then later she got married to Mr. Tommy Thomas, and then both of them went there and they were working there. So then she has given birth to a girl child, and all of them came back to India for baptism. And thereafter, by that time, this civil war started there. So the government stopped the issuing new visas to the citizens. So her husband and child could not go back, and she went back with this. At that time, this victim was also accompanied by to Kerala.
Hmm.
So she and the victim, both of them went back, and they started a clinic there. She was an investor there. In fact, she started a clinic there, and there she needed a sponsor, a local sponsor to start a clinic. So this guy was the victim, was the sponsor. And when the civil war started, so she was alone, all alone there, and thereafter his character started changing, and she faced many kind of issues there, financial, physical, mental, means tortures, where she was gone through that. So she filed complaints to the police also. And instead of arresting the victim, the police arrested Miss Nimisha Priya, and she was in jail for 6 days, something like that. So finally, she was advised by somebody to get her passport. Her passport was confiscated by the sponsor. So somebody advised her to get the passport by sedating the sponsor and run away from there to save her life. So she tried to sedate him,
Hmm.
and unfortunately, the dose was overdose, and the unfortunate death happened accidentally. So this is the story, the story of Miss Nimisha Priya,
Hmm.
and yes, it was an accidental death, and she didn't mean to do a means murder. And then later she was caught by the Yemeni police and tried by the Yemeni trial court. Then I explained the other
Yeah, yeah,
sequence to you.
yeah, yeah. And the last question, is there any timeline or time period in which this blood money needs to be given, or till a time is there any timeline as far as till when her this sentence is going to hold up?
So yesterday's court order did not. It's like the court stayed the execution proceedings till until the further orders. So
Hmm.
there is no timeline is fixed by the trial court now. So, and we do not know, that may be a short time, short duration, or a long duration. So anyway, we are heading with the blood money negotiation. So, and
Is
now
there
there
any
is no time frame is fixed by the trial court now.
is there any fundraising platform which is being done by you guys or the Kerala government, or any sort of organization to raise funds for her to be released?
Yes, we have a forum called Save Nimisha Priya International Action Council, and there are parliamentarians, members of Loka Kerala Sabha, members of means human advocate lawyers are there, human rights activists are there. So the Indian diaspora representatives are there from different countries. So, yes, we have got the offers from many prominent business persons, some groups, organizations, and we raised some funds also, like some 50, 60 lakhs Indian rupees, for actually the guy who was dealing with the negotiations there initially. He demanded some pre-negotiation amount, and we transferred 40,000 USD, around 37, 38 lakh rupees, to the Indian embassy, which was handed over to them. And thereafter, unfortunately, we didn't get any updates from the initial negotiator. So now we are seeking the help of, as I said, the Grand Mufti of India, Mr. Kandapuram Abubakar Musliar, who has a good relation with the Yemeni counterparts, some religious leaders from Yemen. So now his team, Marcus, is leading this negotiation. They are helping the Save Nimisha Priya International Action Council.
The last question, what is one thing that you would request the government of India to do as far as this case is concerned?
So our first and final request to government, always we requested one thing only. We made it clear from the day one. The Nimisha Priya Action Council means told to the government that we don't expect a single rupee from the government exchequer. We
Hmm.
are ready to raise fund. Whatever amount is required for the blood money, we will raise that as a crowd fund, and we have got a opportunities offers from many prominent business persons also, and other groups and organizations also. So money is not a problem, but we are lacking the channel for the blood money negotiation. So only the major stakeholder who can contribute in this, that is government of India only through the diplomatic channels. So we are expecting, still we are requesting, we are seeking the help from government of India for negotiating the blood money negotiation through diplomatic channel or through the other countries like Oman, Iran, and other countries. So that is the major expectation from the Save Nimisha Priya International Action Council.
Thank you so much, sir, for explaining to Indian Express all the legalities. We hope that whatever cause that you're fighting for the release of Nimisha Priya, you achieve in your cause sooner. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.